Good afternoon and welcome to the Cloud Native Coffee. Good afternoon and welcome to the Cloud Native Coffee. I think we have audio. I think I see the video. Hopefully it's all good. I think we have audio. I think I see the video. First time streaming from my rig with multiple people.
It's happening.
Streaming from my rig. It is happening. Whether it's happening the way we want it to or not, I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will tell us.
Multiple people and like multimedia. This is probably twice as complicated as a normal setup, so kudos.
Yeah, I think we got it though.
Oh baby, look at this. Look at this. Beautiful thing.
High quality camera work.
Yeah.
Let's just go.
Okay. Boom. I mean, next question. Next question.
So, stream for today. Multi-architecture Kubernetes nodes, right? Everybody knows, or if you don't, we've been running Raspberry Pis with ARM, and it's been great, other than when it's not great, you know? Bit of a headache running certain things on ARM. So we ponied up and we got some big boys. We're gonna install a couple AMD nodes into the cluster.
Ponied up is putting it very lightly. I mean, we were talking about buying the big iron servers. Sure. That would have been ponying up. And, you know, even then, I think it might have been an investment of thousands. And that would have been a long-term investment over the course of many months.
Yep.
And of course, we're measuring all of this cost relative to what it would take to run the same stuff in the cloud and just have it running all the time. And just to recap, we kind of decided that running that stuff, well, number one, we decided that prioritizing having our stuff running with monitoring and all of these work centers was going to cost a lot of money doing it in the cloud because they're just always running and it's a lab. But it's what we want to put our energy into, it's what we want to practice. It just didn't feel right spending hundreds a month on cloud infrastructure when we could make a one-time investment of hundreds, 200 per node to be exact. The price actually dropped on Amazon, but I'm sure after this stream, there's going to be a mad rush, and then boom. So like, we were in early, you know. And at any rate, that's going to allow us to expand our lab to do things with less friction than ARM was providing us in certain cases. See the Harbor on Raspberry Pi's ARM video as an example of some friction. It's, you know, it's not that you can't do it, it's friction. So we have ponied up and we have purchased 3 of these bad boys, green mini PCs, G2s.
Let's go.
I call it, I've heard of these Intel devices called Nooks, or as I like to call them, nukes.
Yep.
And so we bought 3 nukes and we put them into my basement. Anyway, stop. That's some of the backstory of my ramble. So take us from here.
Well, you were being nice by not mentioning the anecdote of what happened last Friday.
Go on. Yeah, stayed out of it.
Well, you know, we were trying to operationalize our little cloud cluster. Actually, that was 2 Fridays ago now.
Yeah.
So a week and a half ago, we tried to operationalize the GKE cluster and started installing some daemon sets, which couldn't fit on any nodes, so then it would scale up, and then it still couldn't fit on the node, and then we accidentally destroyed it. Whoops. Big whoops.
They mentioned I stayed out of it.
And then we rebuilt the Pi cluster.
Okay.
And here we are.
So we've got it rebuilt. We're running K3S version 124. And currently, we've already tested this, spoiler alert, so this is kind of a live demo, but we do have one of these mini PCs. They are awesome. One of them running in the cluster right now, and we will be adding 2 more is the plan. And we're going to add one more today live. Hopefully. I think that's the plan. And we're going to break this up into two parts. First part is unbox the mini nuke, the tactical nuke, which is already done. And I didn't do an unboxing video. Sam was like, do an unboxing video. I just didn't feel like doing something weird like that. People don't want to see that from me. At any rate, you open it up. It's great packaging, smells like new, because it is, and it was great. We're going to, what we're not going to do on stream is show you how to make bootable Ubuntu media, Ubuntu server media. But as you can see on the screen right here, and if you go to our Discord, I've already put the links in our Discord for a little tutorial on how to get started to get to the point of having Ubuntu ready to install on these little guys, which honestly was the hardest part. And by the hardest part, I mean it just took a little bit of clicking around and doing stuff. So step one will be taking this, installing Ubuntu on it, hopefully just watching a black screen for a minute. I will mess with the BIOS, install Ubuntu. I really don't think it takes that long. I can't really remember. It felt like 15 or 20 minutes at the most. Okay. And then once that's on there and we're satisfied, the second half of the stream, we'll flip over and do the Kubernetes pieces. So step one, we'll secure the hardware, get it ready. Step two, Sam's going to take over and show us some kubectl wizardry, much like last week on Game of Pods. Am I right?
Uh-huh.
Am I right?
Am I right?
Cool. I think that sounds like a plan. So step one, unbox the thing, and it's pretty great. 2 HDMIs, a bunch of USB, Ethernet. I think it has Wi-Fi, but we're not going to use the Wi-Fi because it takes forever. Or I don't know. I don't want to. It's got a power button, USB-C, which I'm actually going to try and use, and 2 more USB. This thing's packed. I mean, it's ready to go. I want to put the storage on here.
It's a mini PC.
It's a mini PC.
Yeah.
It's running, I have it right here, Intel Jasper Lake. It's a Celeron processor. 4 cores, I think might be 8 virtual, but at minimum 4 cores. It's pretty much a 1-to-1 with the Pis in terms of CPU, but I think they're more powerful. I feel like they're more powerful. They look more powerful, and thus they are. 8 gig of memory, and it actually comes with 256 gig of storage. I feel like it might be an NVMe, but now that I'm thinking, it's pretty cheap, so it's probably just a SSD. But that's the idea. And yeah, I have a USB-C stick that hopefully this is just going to work fine. And let's just jump into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, I'm taking my headphones off, so if you need to talk to me, scream really loud.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go unplug this monitor.
Yeah.
And put all my stuff into this, and then we'll take it from there. Very high tech.
It is very high tech.
Doing it now.
He's going to do it right now. So we're gonna unplug the monitor and plug it into the mini PC because we have to install Ubuntu. This part's not very smooth, but once we have it up and running, Makita has been working on. Can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a Rancher product, or a feature of Rancher Server that allows us to manage the physical nodes of the cluster and upgrade those through custom resource definitions.
Okay.
So pretty cool.
Sweet, and I caught it.
Nice.
First try.
First time, every time.
First time, every time. Okay, cool. So this is BIOS. I think it comes with Windows already on it. I've never gotten far enough to care. I don't know. And, okay. Oh, it's beautiful. And here we are. We're in the BIOS. Yeah, they're running at 2,000 megahertz, 2 gigahertz, Intel Celeron. And let's see, we want to go to boot. Boot order. Yeah, Windows Boot Manager. It isn't it? Totally is an NVMe. This is a really nice PC.
Mm-hmm.
This thing's nice. And we're gonna click this guy. And we'll go to this. Why does that not look right? I think that's right. So I'm trying the USB-C in the front panel. I have not done this before, but it's USB-C. It should be faster. So I want to give it a shot. So we're going to switch that guy for now. And let's save and exit and see what happens. This looks awful. Actually, it looks awesome on my massive monitor. Okay. So now we've got big problems. Okay. It's doing stuff.
Error.
Just wait for it, Sam.
Uh-huh.
Probably making people not happy about this. So it's checking stuff. Just give it a minute. Actually, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, you can see my reflection. Hello.
It's kind of cool.
So we're putting Ubuntu LTS on there. All the links are in the Discord. Oh my gosh, look at all this fun stuff happening. You love to see it. And our live demos never work when Makita's here. We didn't even... Anyway. Let me just adjust this boy. Okay, cool. Really cool. You could set the language to Català, which is from Catalan in España, in Barcelona. There's your trivia question for today. And we're basically installing Windows, except we're not. We're going to select English. Let's see. I've got some options here to continue without updating. We're going to go ahead and do that. Cool. We're going to go done. Ethernet, it has picked up our IP address, Sam. Noted for later. IP address .45.
Yep.
And yes, WLAN not connected. There is Wi-Fi. I didn't even mess with it because I just plugged it in. That's good. Do we have a proxy? Please no. Let's go with this. Use the entire disk, please. See, this one says SSD. It's fine. So we want to use the entire disk to install our OS because we're not doing anything big brain. I took defaults of all this stuff.
Seems good.
Yeah, and kind of interesting. You can see at the top the mount point root 100G, but then the rest of the you can't see that very well. It's fine. And then the rest of it's like, oh, there's really 230G. I'm 99 on what I did was just take defaults of all this stuff. Blah blah blah. Do you want to? Are you sure you want to install stuff? Yes. Okay. Yeah, you got to pick your name and stuff here. Just look at my wall.
All right, chat. Now study the reflection off the wall.
Oh, what do I do for this?
Just remember whatever you do.
Yeah. Oh, and we can pick our server's name right now. What is this slated for? Node 10?
Node 10.
Roger.
That will make Makita very happy.
Okay. Okay. Right, so I have set all of our devs operative things up appropriately. So that Makita will be very happy. We're good with this. Do we want to install SSH? Definitely. So this is really sweet. The last week was the first time I ever installed Ubuntu using this methodology. So it's kind of like, wow, this is pretty nice. Do you want SSH? Yes. Okay. And then, interestingly, it's also like, hey, do you want to like install stuff? I'm like, yeah, give me Docker. Oh, I swear. What? Wait a minute. I feel like it didn't do this last time.
Do we want Docker?
Thought so. Maybe we don't.
I don't think we do, man. Get it out of here.
Huh. I might have installed it on the other one, but it's pretty sweet. They're like, hey, you want etcd? You want all these other things? You want Heroku, Juju?
Wormhole.
You want to create a wormhole? Whatever. Micro K8s. Kata containers.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's definitely cool. And then ship it.
It's cool in the most boring way, you know?
Well, it's kind of a nice thing.
Yeah. I just mean, like, you go on Reddit and, like, people are posting, you know, all these beautiful configurations, and we're like, ooh, we can install Docker.
What? You mean people are posting beautiful configurations? Oh, just like Docker's lost its allure on the internet? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm just talking about any of the Linux subreddits, like Unix porn.
Oh.
You ever check out the Unix porn?
No.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Maybe. That's a strong maybe. But yeah, this process, it really shouldn't take that long. Kind of cool. We could do view full log. What is this? Just different stuff. Okay.
Right. So this is a little bit different than what we've done with the Pis. The Pis just have a little micro SD card that you take out, flash with OS, put them in.
Yep. Exactly. And I mean, honestly, that's way faster.
Yeah.
Obviously. And I believe, and you know, I'm sure we can. Actually, I don't know. This, well, I could take a peek. There's probably a good way to flash these things.
Maybe.
But I need to, that's something I've not done, especially with these devices. Let's see. It's just downloading a bunch of stuff off the internet right now. Doing apt.
Yeah, so I talked about it a little bit while you were unplugging the monitor and whatnot, but Makita's been working on the system updater, or whatever it's called, the feature in Rancher.
Yeah.
He's been doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's cool. It is cool. Like, you know, the pod spun up and he's going to have us do it. You know, he's going to want it done for Node 10.
Yep.
I want to look into it more. It seems so weird that we are embracing containers with privileged access to the point that they're, you know, upgrading the node itself.
I mean, it feels like, you know, anytime you talk about this kind of stuff, it's, you know, cost and benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a cost, and the cost is allowing your automation to do stuff, and trying to mitigate, or trying to make sure that, you know, what you are giving privileged access has a tight security profile, or very, very low attack surface was the word of the day. It's the $5 word.
Yeah. And that's kind of where I left it with him. Like, obviously, like, it's all configured in CRDs, so I'm sure there's default RBAC built in, or at least you could, just so, you know, whatever, the stupid developers that don't know how to do anything, don't just go in there and, whatever, upgrade the node or do something bad.
Correct. Admins are admins for a reason, I suppose.
Right.
Maybe is the root of all that, but.
Right. And it's super cool to think that like you could have that just all configured and, whatever, versions pinned if you need versions pinned, or it's just auto updating to the latest. It's cool.
Especially with K3S really is a game changer. It's really nice. I mean, especially when we started out just installing the full binaries, going full open source Kubernetes, and just kind of feeling what those pain points were. And now none of those are our problem.
Right.
And honestly, now that there's node updaters, we can really kind of put a holistic package around managing these, and they really are hands off. They just kind of sit there.
Right.
And then you just do Kubernetes problems. So your problems are where you want them, or where we want them. That's where there's not a one right or wrong way to do a cluster for you. It's what are your goals? What do you value?
Yeah. Well, and it's like one of the main advantages of going to a cloud is not having to manage all that stuff. But if your own private cloud manages it for you, it's like, why not do it this way?
Right. Install complete. Wait. No. Downloading and installing security updates. All right. Oh, okay. Come on, I have the fastest internet you can get in the country. Countryside, that is, not in the country. God. Yeah, I feel like, you could flip a coin. This is either going to be another hour or, just kidding. I think I set it and then, went and made dinner last week when I did this. Oh, could be dark by. Get your... The production quality. Oh, baby. Yes, it's very good. Sam, hey, this is Sam. He's got a massive brain.
Yeah, how's that background music? Didn't really check that out. It should be going. But Bippy may be on mute since he is busy. A little loud, even. Turn down.
Oh, it's booming. Let's go. Installing Python.
Put it at 3%.
What?
In the mixer. He said it's louder than our voices.
The whole time.
Apparently. I don't know how I can make it any quieter.
You could turn down your YouTube slider.
That's down low too.
Just kill it.
Goodbye.
The whole time it's been hard to hear us. Just redo this whole thing.
We didn't say anything that important anyways. Yeah.
That's true.
I was adjusting it in Wavelink. And it was looking fine levels wise. I don't know, man.
Installing Git. Curl. GNU.
So I wonder if Makita was listening when we were saying all that stuff about him.
Well, apparently you can't hear it anyway, so it's fine. Welcome to the Cloud Native Coffee Hour. This is Sam. I'm Dan.
Makita is amazing. Yes. A little bit late, but he's amazing.
Zinger. All right, so once this is done, what's the play? We are going to reboot it, and it should come up to just a login prompt, and SSH should be enabled, and you'll be able to log in with our administrator credentials.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you should be able to take over, and
you'll run back to the server room.
So there's two ways we could go about it. Yeah, I could either take everybody. No, I'm not going to take everybody with me through my messy situation.
Or it's on your network right there.
It's on my network already.
Saying?
So
okay, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then
cool.
There'll just be an outage, a planned outage of the data center, of one host in the data center, while it gets moved to the big iron.
Right. So we'll have you reboot it, log in, and then you'll run the K3S command to start it up.
I think you're going to do that. Well, no, I can do that.
Just so I don't have to SSH onto your network.
Sure.
Or, I can.
I got you. So
I can get there.
That'll be our role split. So I'll be playing the role of, I don't know, ops technician.
Infrastructure
and operations hosting technician. And we'll get this going. We'll get it provisioned. And we'll pretend like we have Ansible automation.
Yep.
That would have done the one piece of installation. And let me get that set up while this is going. Let me get out a third computer. This is like the fourth computer on the desk. So whenever my mom comes over or something, do you really need 4 computers? Yeah. Yeah. Next question.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom. There's some really excellent things in here. Maybe we'll let Makita talk about some of these new flags that we're using. I think we're backing up etcd.
We are.
To S3 now. Yes, that's new.
Yep. Makita and I worked on that the other day. It's pretty sweet. Pretty easy. Before we destroyed the cluster, we had Valero. We could have used Valero to back up etcd, right? That wouldn't have been too big a deal. But K3S has built in a pretty easy way to just give it some credentials in a bucket out in Amazon and a cron schedule, and it just starts backing it up. Seems good, right?
Seems good. Did we try a restore yet?
No.
To make sure that
but
works.
It does have also the restore built in. So I believe you can give it the bucket and object, and it'll just go fetch it, pull it down, and do it.
Really?
I believe. Or you might have to pull it down, and then you just say, hey, here's the local path. But Yeah, it's interesting because K3s started being the stripped down, like remove all the extra bits, but
Yep.
now it's still obviously very lightweight Kubernetes, but it has some of those niceties built in, and really just the Rancher ecosystem is pretty cool.
Right. Yep. Hey guys, here's the bare bones Kubernetes. It's got nothing. Just kidding. Turns out everybody likes all those other features.
Traffic and all those other things, which we disabled. That's a new flag too, right?
Yeah. Oh, is that a new flag? New flag for us. That's been there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think we're getting close.
Cool.
How are we looking on time?
What's up, Nick?
Good. Hey. Oh, okay. I think it's done. Literally, it said finish, so I'm gonna go with that means it's done.
Cool.
It also has said install complete at the top. There, like right there. It said that for like a while.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm pretty sure that wasn't complete. So view full log or reboot now. We are going to reboot now. Oh, failed unmounting CD-ROM. Blah blah blah. Okay, of course that. But then actually we want to catch the BIOS again. Delete key for BIOS. Boot. No USB. We want hard disk Ubuntu.
Nice.
Hard disk Ubuntu. Save and exit. Boom. Hopefully someone who's never done this before finds this video very helpful, because like Dan from 10 years ago would have needed something like this. Hey, click these buttons in this order.
Yeah, it's really not that bad, right?
Well, it's not, but I've done it like 1,000 times now. So
right.
it's not once you know everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once you're
that's
a genius.
That's what I hate. That's what I hate. When people are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, it's really not that bad. What do you mean? Put yourself in the shoes of somebody that's never done it. That's hard, and it's really hard to do.
I am encouraging our viewers to, try it out. Like, it's not an unsurmountable mountain, They can do it too.
It's not that bad. If we're talking to the viewers, you can learn it, and it is that simple. But for me, I kind of get hung up on wanting to understand all those little, all the buttons that you did click. Like, I just took all the defaults for this, so it kind of hurts me a little bit because I'd love to spend some time going over each one of them.
Yeah.
What do we got? Audio codec. We don't need that. But no, it isn't bad once you know what you're doing. All right, since we're not showing the full key, people can relax. But these are some keys, and hopefully the fidelity is bad enough that if anybody wanted to, I guess, go for it. You try to guess the other 100 characters in between.
Mm-hmm.
VR is gonna message me this week and be like, "Bro,
yeah,
saw half your SSH key." I'll be like, "It's fine. You can have it." I feel like it didn't do this last time. What's up? Oh, well, just hit enter.
Sure.
Okay. So What was our IP address?
.45.
Cool. I am in on the other machine.
Cool.
So step 2, install K3s.
Yes.
After that. Sam, I think you'd be good to flip over to your view.
Sure.
And watch kubectl. So that is completed. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
All right, I've got K9s up. Ooh, I'm blocking some of that.
Oh, okay. So it didn't like my paste.
Isn't that the worst?
I mean, these are from Makita. This is a paste from Makita. We'll see how it works.
Uh-huh.
I think he's punking me right now. It's like, watch this. Nope, that's fine. Didn't like the TLS SAN that we put in there for some reason.
Right. Pull that back up. TLS SAN did not like that.
Supposedly. We'll do this again. Oops. Okay.
Still not like the SAN.
Yeah. Well, let's see what it says here. Flag provided but not defined -TLS SAN.
Okay.
Do I need that for a worker node?
It says SSH agent. Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't need.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anything.
Yeah, and honestly, the etcd stuff shouldn't either.
I literally shouldn't need anything except the server and token.
Which we're definitely not going to show on screen.
Definitely not. So I'm not doing the full thing. Makita was trying to trick me into installing control plane nodes or something.
Hey, look at that. Node 10, not ready. Popping up.
Touche, my friend. Not today. It's Jocko Go for you. You got to pay to win around here.
Nice, dude. It says it's ready already.
Okay, so your part was easy. Next question. That's congratulations. Multi-architecture achieved. Like, it's literally that easy. You just got to wait around. You just got to have some coffee while Ubuntu installs.
Pull some network
and just
check.
Have a nice day. What's that? Yeah, network check.
Okay.
Absolutely. We're going to be sponsored by Jocko Go, though.
Right. So we got 43 seconds. It's been up. Take a look at the YAML. Search for
missed it.
Arc. AMD 64.
Boom.
So much better.
Hey, McLemon.
I'm fairly sure it's Mike. If you look at his profile picture, it's a lemon with a mic.
Like a microphone?
With a microphone.
That's fine.
So it may be McLemon.
Well,
but
you can call him Mike Lemon. I can call him McLemon. Call him whatever I want.
McLemon sounds sweet, so hopefully.
Unless it takes offense. I'll call you whatever you want. Makita, for an agent install, it did not appreciate anything after the token. So all the TLS SAN stuff, all the etcd stuff, I just installed it. I got rid of all the frills.
Yep.
Yeah, tricked me. It's all right. It's all right. I knew it looked funny.
Okay. Now we're going to label the nodes.
So yeah, I mean, well, let's take a second because that's our ta-da moment.
I mean, it's
like literally we are now running a cluster with multiple architectures, and Kubernetes doesn't care, right? I mean, that should be the most oh, look at that. That should be the most obvious part is Kubernetes doesn't care what you're doing. In fact, it encourages you to do your whole, as Makita might say, you want your whole data center Kubernetes aware. Just put everything in there. And then use the tools that Kubernetes gives us to organize it and to organize your workloads. So, so that's what we're going to do now, I think.
Yeah, and he is saying don't add the taints, but we can add the label.
Okay.
And I know there's another one that he didn't mention because you can see we gave it the role.
Yeah.
Of AMD 64. Now, which one that is? Right.
So a label of node role.
Yep.
AMD 64, AMD 64. So the key and the value.
Yeah, so I think that was the thing that we were looking at, and we figured that he said add that label in the Rancher UI.
Wow.
Okay, I don't know why, but we could do that. So the AMD 64 key value, it only displays the key. Like the key is the node role /60 AMD 64, but it only displays AMD 64. But the key portion, like I think if you did Arc, it would still just show Arc, which obviously doesn't help us.
Right. No, it's all good.
Okay.
All right. While you pull that up, I'm going to get my screens fixed. Unplug this HDMI. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Yep. We're gonna log in first. And then, of course, Makita is wanting to do this live. So, don't want to do it that way. Bear with us, folks.
Whatever.
Really only want to capture one tab.
Okay.
Add source. Okay, done. Now it's on top of everything. No. Okay, there we go. Can confirm it's good. Hopefully.
Looks good.
Cool. Probably even go.
Maybe zoom in a little bit.
Full screen. Zoom in a bit. How now?
Perfect.
Looks great. Okay, now he's going to ask me to do something that I don't think I've done.
Now just follow your heart. I mean,
yeah, it should be that easy.
Go to the cluster and try to edit a node.
Pretty cool. Bunch of stuff. Nodes. Node 10. Like, is that what he's asking to do? Is there an easier way?
I mean, it seems like that is easy. Cluster edit.
I mean, then why didn't I just, I don't know. To me, kubectl label would have been easier. This is pretty nice, though. Okay. I'll give him that. How do I edit, though? Is this read-only? If it's read-only, then...
What's the deal? Is there an edit button?
There is. AMD 64, AMD 64. What other label did he want me to add? So, I assume you don't want us to add the cluster upgrade label, or is that what he wants to?
I personally never take advice from random people chatting on the internet.
Right. Do we even know that that's the real Fippy?
No. If he asks for your credit card, that's when you get a little worried.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll add this other one. And...
Oh, kubectl label nodes, node 10, plan upgrade cattle IO, focal.
Yeah. Focal equal.
That's
and
it.
Then he kind of trailed off. Annotation, super beefy node. I like it.
You could probably open up another tab and check out node 9 and just mirror those.
Yes. Node 9. Focal. I assume I don't actually want the equals, and that's all we want. And it's going to fill it in. I'm going to hit save. That's it. Just use this as an exist operator. Focal. Okay. Node 10. Config. Labels.
Let's let that work for a minute.
Yeah.
How that's going. McLemon or Mike Lemon, whatever, whichever you'd prefer. Question in the chat. When I looked at the website for K9s, which is a terminal-based UI to interact with your Kubernetes, but you're using Rancher, are both the same? Great question.
Yeah.
You want to take that?
Sure. There's some info on K9s in the chat. K9s is great. Rancher, so K9 is closer to just running kubectl commands, just in a visual but terminal-based way. We've used it for a long time. It's really nice at visualizing. It makes a lot of the, everything we do in K9s you can do with kubectl. It's just a lot easier. There's so many more shortcuts, and they just make it more approachable. Zooming in for Makita. I believe it drained that node already, and it is now running an upgrade, like apt upgrade kind of upgrade. But yeah, and then Rancher, Makita would be the one. He's been doing all the research. into some of its competitors, but Rancher is a management platform for your cluster and other clusters potentially. Like you can manage all your clusters from a Rancher instance. We have it installed on the instance that we're managing. So it's installed on our Raspberry Pi cluster. And similar, like it gives a lot of those similar features, right? We can look at all the Kubernetes things. It makes certain things easier. So it just kind of comes down to preference if you like a full, web-based UI. So, I mean, that's a huge benefit. We hooked it up with GitHub SSO, and, now we can just sign in.
Honestly, that's kind of like the killer feature to me. Like you can do your own auth. Obviously, you can do your own auth. It's just more work, and it's just another thing that can fail, or it's another thing that you have to manage. It kind of sucks sometimes. So yeah, it's
right.
Rancher. All Rancher is doing is the same things over kubectl that K9s is doing.
Yeah.
Except it's doing a different visualization of it and has different plugins, right. Or not different plugins, but K3S is the piece that allows for, managing RBAC through OAuth to GitHub or wherever.
Yep.
It kind of has some niceties.
Right. And they're not mutually exclusive, right? Like there's the Rancher CLI also to interact with this Rancher server. And so I was using that when we had multiple clusters up and running, and it made it easier to switch between those clusters, which again, like you can kind of do, you can manage that just by yourself. But it was super nice to have the one point of entry for all the clusters that we're managing. And then I can kind of hop around from there. So I pulled up the logs, and it's kind of similar to the install that we were doing earlier. It's just showing, going through and doing a bunch of updates. So that's probably just going to run for a while.
That's nice. So yeah, so what's it doing? It's just doing normal system updates, apt upgrade type things?
Yeah. Yep.
You gotta do it.
Yeah.
You don't even need Ansible for it. You just allow the Rancher ecosystem to manage this.
Yep. So I believe there's a custom resource definition called a plan or something similar. And so that is what I believe allows you to specify, like, hey, just give me stable everything, or hey, for this package, pin this version, stuff like that.
Do we have that? Or can you pull that up? Is that a thing?
I can look for it. Makita says it basically allows you to have long-lived clusters that stay up to date with all the latest security updates and package updates. Yes, they are called plans. Let me go over here. I'm gonna.
Can you get them from? Yeah. All right. We should be able to see those CRs.
Yeah, I didn't know, since this was, I believe this is something that's
maybe more resources,
like Rancher approved, but
Rancher. Oh, down the bottom.
Upgrade controller, plans, vocal. So it has an upgrade script. Oh, well.
Well, that's okay. Okay, so we're just taking some defaults.
We're taking some defaults. But another
Oh,
cool thing.
It's in the secret. Okay.
Right. Yeah, do I dare show it?
Makita says it's fine.
Well, if Makita says it's fine, then it must be all right. Gosh darn it. All right. Cool. So there are pretty good permissions already baked in.
No. So are you shelled into that pod, you think? What are you doing?
I thought I was shelled
No,
onto that
you
pod.
have a kubectl shell. So Mike Lemons, you're gonna make his head explode. You didn't get rid of it, did you? Definitely just do
We can
whatever
shell
you're
it
gonna
real
do.
quick.
It's totally fine. Exactly. But both of them are everything's using kubectl API to access all the data, and it's all just yeah, the different clown suit that they're putting on the data. Just a bunch of JSON coming over the wire. And Ranchers is nice, and it's in a portal. But if you're in a terminal, Canines is also just really handy and probably faster for operational tasks.
Right. Okay.
And both are good.
Let's go back to cluster nodes. I was looking at a
Does it
plan,
let
which
you?
is a plan, not a instance of. Now this is already terminated. Gosh darn it.
Never apologize for your questions. You can ask anything you want.
I was really hoping I could shell into the running pod. But they're both terminated, so I don't know.
So now just go to secrets. Can we view secrets from Rancher?
Yeah.
More resources?
Oh gosh.
Huh.
Core. Secrets.
You got
Oh dear lord. Vocal.
it?
Nobody saw anything. Oh. Why didn't he say it's just that?
He said it was fine.
He said it was fine. He could have just told us what it was.
Cool. So if we did have some big brain
right.
fancy stuff, you just jam it in here.
Put it in there. Yep.
Off it goes.
Yeah.
God, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Right? Like it seems like such like a mind-blowing high-tech thing, and then it's like, oh, it's just app. And you're done.
This
pretty
is
cool.
what makes it. This is what makes a good system. Just dirt simple components doing one thing really well. And then, I mean, you put it all together and it looks super complicated. But when you start to tear it away, it's like, oh, very simple. This always works. These
Right.
are normal things. People understand when you see apt-get update,
Right.
apt-get upgrade, piece of cake. And now, from that context, you could add complexity to it should your business rules start to change. But you're starting from that really safe place. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I know what we're doing next stream. We'll just do the next one. People watch Ubuntu get installed again. I'm just kidding. So yeah,
It's
pretty
just
great.
that easy. Yeah.
And then Taints and Tolerations, I think that's on the agenda is for us is to manage our cluster as a data center, because it is. And we will be able to have 3 nodes basically only take workloads that we say it should. Oh my gosh. And all the other nodes, all the ARM nodes, all the other nodes can do whatever. But I think the idea is we're going to save the AMD nodes for AMD specific things, the stuff that we want to run on Intel. Right. And then in our deployments or in the Helm charts for different things, we can say, or we can put other annotations to say, hey, go and find a place to live on an AMD architecture system. And then it will seek out, pods will be scheduled and sought out to just those nodes. And just living the dream. How fast is a European? I'm not reading anything this person says. This is a troll, and it's very nice to have you here. Very nice to have you here. But also, I don't know where that joke goes, and I'm not interested in repeating it on the internet. Sam.
Tis the Holy Grail.
Great. There it is.
Monty Python. Come on.
All right, good.
Yes. So Reggie joins us at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great stream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we're doing next, other than joking we're going to install Ubuntu again.
No. Next stream, well, we'll figure out what we're going to do next week.
Yes.
But I'll put the other note in there. Or I'll do an unboxing video if you can come up with some good creative thing for me to do.
Sure.
I don't know. I've got to think about it. And otherwise, this was nice. Great work setting up the stream and coordinating. Super smooth. Looks good.
Cool. Yeah. All right. This was the Cloud Native Coffee Hour. Thanks for joining, everyone out there.
Hey, Grizz. Shout out to Grizz.
Shout out to Grizz. Make sure to join the Discord server. I noticed our Streamlabs was down earlier, but it's up now. Flawless stream. So thank you, McCracken.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
See you next week. Bye-bye.